You're the light in all my skies, the reason why my soul can fly. I see forever in your eyes, a love that time can't compromise. With every breath I promise you, my heart belongs to only you.
I was watching the movie yesterday and I cried so much at the end. It was so touching.
Yeah.
But I just wondering, do you remember your very first meeting with Paul?
I remember we were at a table read, and I just remember this really like good-looking guy walking in. And what's so funny is that my first impression of him was so completely different from. It was so not a reflection of who he really was, you know, or what he really was like, because Paul was like, he just was. He had so many layers, and he had so many interests, and was so much more than just, you know, his beauty. But at first, all I saw was his beauty walking in, his outward beauty.
So how was it for you to watch the movie the first time?
It was really hard. I knew that it was going to be hard, so I watched it with my sister, and first it was like I was able to lose myself in the movie because he's so good in it, and I was so proud of him, and happy that ultimately we finished it and the fans are going to be able to watch it. But then certain scenes I just lost it completely, especially scenes where like we talk about the first film, or scenes where we talk about coming home. I just like, or like the, you know, the tribute. Those were scenes where I really just broke down.
And then you were working with his brother, right? In some of the
Yes,
scenes?
his brothers helped complete, you know, little bits here and there.
How was that? How was that working with him?
I mean, coming back to set after what happened was really hard because he wasn't there anymore, and I was so used to like his energy. Like if you met him, like you know that he was always so like alive and happy and like loving towards everyone. So then to not have that, and then to have someone who looks, you know, very sometimes that was really hard. But then I was also really grateful that they were there, because it must have been very hard for them as well. And yet it was an act of love because they were helping, you know, us finish this film and for Paul's work to be seen.
So all these guys, it must be. You didn't have that many scenes that was filled with action and testosterone this time.
Yeah.
But when you look at them, they're so big and
So
macho. But they must be soft on the inside.
They're super sweet. Yeah, it's so funny because like Jason, I was really surprised because I've met Jason a couple of times and he's always super nice and like he's like a bloke, you know. And yet he's so intimidating in this movie. When I saw it, I was like, I'm scared of you. And Dwayne is just every time he just gets bigger and bigger. But he is like the nicest guy, and Vin's like my big brother. And
Dwayne told me that he watched The Bachelorette actually a few years ago.
that's so funny.
Do you have any other secrets you can spill about
About that, no, nothing, no dirty secrets about the boys.
So do you like driving cars? Driving
I do.
fast and
I
stuff
do.
like
I like driving fast. I think it's a nice release. But I have a baby now, so I have to like not be reckless. My biggest thing is not being on the phone and like being distracted when I'm in the car. That's the hardest thing for me.
that? So how do you wind down at it after day and set?
Meditating, I think, is really helpful for me, and also running, working out, and like leaving my phone in another room. I think is one of the best things for me, and not constantly being on it.
That's a good tip.
Yeah.
It's a completely different movie. It's a completely different story. The world is completely different. How would you say you changed since the start?
Mia or like me?
No, you as a
Me?
person.
When I started, I was very, I think, you know, I was 19, going to school, like very sort of type A and like thinking I had everything in control. And now I think, especially now that I'm a mom, I realize nothing's in control. Like I'm a little more chill as I get older. And so I'm much happier now than I was.
To you, when you lost him, was it obvious that you should finish the movie?
No, I don't think it was obvious to anyone. I think we all took a break, and Ron Meyer called each one of us, and it was sort of undecided what was going to happen. I am very happy that they decided to continue it, because once I saw the film, you know, Paul's so good in it. and sort of the best I think he's been in these movies. So I'm so happy that the fans get to see that and the world gets to see it. So
It would have been a waste to see
yeah, it would have. It would have. It's the last thing he did, so it should be seen.